on Triple J. Abby and Tyrone with you, and we are being joined by one of the only ever artists to have 4 different songs hit 1 billion streams on Spotify. Truly someone who requires no introduction, as, I mean, they love Australia almost as much as we love her. We are joined, of course, by the icon that is Halsey.
Oh, you a goddamn fake.
Hello, Halsey. Welcome back to Triple J.
What an intro. No one does intros like you guys do. I literally, on my deathbed, I want a Triple J intro.
Thank you. Bring back the intros.
She was awesome. She was a good mom. She was so dope. She was quick at all these hits. She loved dogs. Like, that's
Period.
what I want.
Exactly. And another thing to add to that list is, before we get into talking about the music, last night I really put off going to bed because I was busy going through your Tumblr, which honestly gave me such a gorgeous nostalgia kick. What do you love most about being still on that platform? Because I feel like a lot of us abandoned it too quickly.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say this is my favorite interview of all time already. Like, wow, what a start. I love Tumblr because I feel like you can be really sad 1 second and then you can switch over and just be like posting like Kafka, and like everyone just accepts that all those elements of your personality are canonically you. Like they're just okay with it. And I'm not good at the other ones, man. I'm just not good at it. Like I get myself in trouble on Twitter. I'm trying to TikTok, but like Tumblr was for me.
I feel like Tumblr feeds into the sort of nostalgia aspect that we're getting in Lucky, because, I mean, I saw a video that you uploaded that was sort of styling the era and the music video, and you said it was a dream wearing the clothes you wanted to wear growing up. I mean, who would be some of those style icons for you growing up?
It's funny because they're all vastly different. So the Y2K era, obviously Britney, Pink. You've known me for more than 6 seconds. You could probably guess, like not just based on the color of my hair right now, but from the fact that I've had my hair like short since I was like 15. Like, yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun journey ahead because I'm just going to get to rip off and impersonate all of my favorite people.
But still Halsey at the very core. And I mean, at the top of that list that you mentioned, of course, Britney being interpolated in this song. Why was Britney such a big inspiration for you growing up and then moving into being a pop star yourself?
So, it was really interesting because I don't really interpolate or sample that much. Actually, this song is the only song on the album that has any sample or interpolation at all. But I was just, I found myself singing Lucky to myself over and over again. If you don't know and you've heard the song or you've seen the video, I wrote it about a time in my life when I was really, really sick. So I would find myself like attached to like tubes and like IVs in like a hospital bed being like, I'm so lucky. But then it started to grow on me in like a more heartwarming way. And I just kind of thought about, when I was 6 years old and like looking up to Britney and just being like, oh, like I want to be a singer. Ironically enough, the thing that drew me to her so much was that her life seemed so perfect and she always seemed like she had everything under control. And, at 6, that's what I saw. And now, with my version of the song and my reimagining of the song, it's kind of like that same 6-year-old memory, but with the knowledge of what I know now, which is that she was, and so many of us are, going through more than you could ever imagine. And I feel like that's true for all of us. It's like just a basic human thing that we forget every day, which is you never know what someone else is going through.
I mean, you spoke a little bit before we played the song about the way that you kind of were viewing Britney Spears when you were 6 and how that sort of idea of your younger self really feeds into this song. The music video features a character that's kind of representing a younger you. What was it like when you first stepped onto the set and saw the actress playing young Halsey?
It was freakish. It was so freakish. But it was the best part of my day, and it was the best part of shooting because, we were shooting these things that are, in general, pretty heavy topics. And, for me, also deeply personal and kind of ripped, right from my life. And then I would just be on the swings or like, I'd be like in the bedroom talking to Pascal, who plays the younger girl. And I would just be like, how's school? What are you doing? And I feel bad because I don't mean to put this on her because she was just a young girl who was trying to do her job. But like, for me, it was so much more than that. I was like getting to talk to my younger self. I imagine it's like doing like ayahuasca without a like I'm talking to younger me. Like,
She's working and you're healing.
Yeah.
You're like,
Seriously.
What would you say the most joyous part was with releasing this song for you?
Honestly, just getting it all out there,
Mm.
you know. I made the choice, to kind of keep my whole process pretty private when I was sick, which was like it was a huge change for me because I feel like everyone who's followed my career up until this point know that the one thing about me is that I was kind of always an open book. So I was always going through things, processing stuff with the fans while they were finding out about it. It was like, I would run to the studio or run to, the internet and try to process everything with everyone. And then now for the first time, I'm like, no, I need to go through this one by myself and then decide how I want to share it later. But the one thing that I found in the process was that I was at the mercy of how long it takes to finish a record. So I was so impatient by the end of it where I was like, no, I'm ready. And it was like, yeah, but we gotta do mixes and you gotta so by the time it came out, I was bursting. I was just like, I need to get back, and it was a little bit of like a ticking clock for me in that way.
And speaking of the record, we know that it's on the way. We've heard two singles so far, The End and Lucky, which are both quite different, similar themes, but you're approaching them in quite a different way. Can you tell us anything about where we're heading next?
Yeah, I think just expect the unexpected, like I've already seen a couple people be like, the thing that's funny about a Halsey fan to me, right, is that so many people like so many different styles, that I make. So there are people who are like, we love the rock stuff, don't make any more pop music. And then there's people who are like, we love the pop songs, why are you doing rock music? Or like, I like when it's just you and an acoustic guitar. And I love that so much that there is kind of something for everyone in that way. But also as a result of that, I like exploring so many different styles and so many different genres. So the one thing I will say is if you haven't found something for you yet, just cross your fingers and wait because there's so much coming and it's all so different. I promise you, I left no stone unturned. The whole point of making this album is I wanted to make sure that I tried and did everything I've ever wanted to do in case I didn't get to make another album again.
Just judging based off the stylistic influences, I feel like there is such diversity in just that style that it makes us so excited to see what you're going to do in the future after Lucky. But right now, we do have Lucky, and thank you so much for spending time here on Drive.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And thanks for playing the record. And thanks for still, it just means a lot to me that Triple J still thinks I'm cool because for 10 years I've considered you guys sort of like the authority on what's cool. So if I still get to come on Triple J, it means that I'm doing all right. That's how I feel.
It's vice
You're the
versa,
authority.
babe. It's
Vice versa.
vice versa.
Babe, come back whenever you want.